Hello, everyone. This is Steven Diego. This is Breaking Down the Breakdown. I know it has been quite some time before. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I took a break, but I'm back, and I'm back a lot faster than when I took that initial break a long time ago. But I wanted to do something special for Valentine's Day. Yes, Valentine's Day was yesterday. But you know, it's still, I don't know, it's still kind of like the month of love, right? Like, kind of?
Yeah.
No?
Kind
yeah,
of.
kind of. So, you know, I kind of wanted to do an episode talking about love. Yeah. Woo.
Love.
This is so awkward. I think this is the first time that I've had, no, actually,
Two
I lied.
guests?
I've had Emily and Christine before.
As two guests?
Mm-hmm. As two guys,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's just been a while. But anyways, hello, we're back. I am here with two of my great friends. Introduce yourself to the left, to the very left. Who are you? What's your name?
I am Shane.
I am Shane. Okay, I guess.
Okay, and you?
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Oh, I guess I could have said hi.
What'd you say?
I am Shane.
This is honest. I apologize, y'all. Like people, for all the listeners out there, we've had a very long day. Okay, we're tired. We
Yeah.
just want to nap.
Amen.
We just had good food, but it was very important for me to have them here today because I want to talk about long distance relationship, and this is a conversation that is very polarizing because I find that a lot of people are either, you know, kind of like staunch supporters of long distance relationships, and a lot of people are like, don't fucking do it, you're wasting your time, yada yada yada.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So it's kind of like, you know, okay, first of all, how long have you guys been together for?
About 5 months now.
About 5 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Almost 5 months, yeah.
And how long have you been talking for? Oh my god, am I starting a fight?
I want
Like-
to say around like April of last year.
Talking as just like,
Like when you,
Like, just
because
as
I knew you guys were
friends.
friends beforehand.
yeah.
But when did you actually start realizing that you were, you know, kind of like interested? Like, oh, like this could be maybe a thing.
Well, in my opinion, my perspective, I was going through a lot of things during the summer,
Yeah.
and at the time,
Right.
I was like. At the time, I was confiding to Shane like about all my feelings and
I
stuff
didn't
like
even
that.
know that happened. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so every time that I like talked to Shane, it was mainly just about like how I felt and stuff like that. And then at some point, it sounds pretty dumb, but there was one day where I was streaming and I was just playing random like video game music. And then out of nowhere, Shane's like, "Oh my god, you listen to Final Fantasy music?" And he starts naming every single one, and that's when it like
As it comes up.
yeah, and that's when it clicked in for me. Like,
Yeah.
I think I might have feelings for him, but I'm not gonna say anything yet.
That is so cute and wholesome. I like that. I feel like I can relate to that. You know, when you actually meet someone who has the same interests as you, but it's
Yeah.
not even just that, right? Like when it goes in depth into what you're doing, right? Like when they know episodes, you know, they know like
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, like the
Yeah,
songs,
exactly.
right? What about you? Like, did you kind of feel the same way, or like was the development for you a little bit different?
I would say, like, when we were friends, I just wanted to be there for Ryan. I just wanted
Right.
like to help it through everything, right? And then like, I don't know, just as I started to like, the more the friendship went on, I just kind of, I think, more feelings developed, but like I wasn't really sure. Because I was like also thinking like, am I still emotionally unavailable? Because I told you about that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember that.
So
I
I
know
was
we had
like-
conversations about
And I think
that.
I've told you recently, like before, like around that time that I was like, do I really want a relationship right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like kind of weird. I
But
was like,
remember what we talked about? It was like, you know, you just
what did we talk about?
you just gotta let it happen.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was like, what did we talk
What
about?
No, I mean, like, yeah, I remember that because you know
Yeah.
you were just kind of like in that space where I think you didn't want to go looking for it, right? It was one of
Yeah.
those things where you're like, you don't want to put the effort to like looking for.
And you also told me, I think, like you said that I should like find myself more first.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where honestly, sometimes it just finds you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you just once it finds you, you're like, well, shit,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, right. I
what
was
am I
like,
gonna
oh
do?
shit, it happened.
I love that. So when did it? So initially for you, when did you actually realize that, okay, you know what, I feel safe to do this now. Like I feel ready. I feel well. I mean, I don't want to say ready because to be honest with y'all, sometimes relationships or starting a relationship, you will never feel like you're ready. You know, you
Yeah.
kind of have to take a risk anytime you're doing this. So when did you feel like you were okay to take that risk then?
I think when I met him in the
Oh, in
Minneapolis
LA.
airport. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because we had the same flight from Minneapolis to LA.
Yeah.
I thought you guys planned that together because you guys already were kind of like...
No, that
Oh.
happened like by chance.
Yeah, by chance.
I'm telling you right now, the universe is just saying, you gotta get together. You gotta get the fuck together. Holy.
Oh my god, right? Isn't that crazy?
What did you, okay, when that happened by chance, what did you think? Were you just kind of like, okay?
When he sent me like
Yeah,
the text,
yeah.
like his flight information, I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And I was like, yo, wait,
We're
it's
on
in the same flight.
Were you like, oh god, is this a sign?
At the time, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh wow, I'm really lucky to have somebody. I'm really lucky to have somebody I know like on the flight to LA.
I love
But
And
we
that-
didn't sit beside each other.
Yeah, we didn't sit beside each other.
Oh,
Could you
okay.
imagine
I
if that
thought,
happened
but that's when I was like,
No.
that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right, that would have been more
that
like...
right there was like, holy shit, the universe is telling y'all something. I love that. So I guess my next question is, it's so funny because I love how like I just ask you for your names and that's it. And we just I am so rude. I'm so sorry, y'all. To all my listeners. Shane, what do you do?
As a job?
No, what do you do in this fucking situation? Yes, as a job. I apologize. What do you do? What is your what is
I
your
work at
activity?
Costco.
Amazing.
Oh, thank
But
you.
what else?
Oh, I stream?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
And Ryan.
Barely.
Barely.
I don't stream.
I just want people to be like, oh, he streams, you know, like you can follow. What about you, Ryan?
I work in a retail store because I don't know.
You're not, and you don't know if you're supposed to say it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
it's fine,
exactly.
it's fine,
So
it's fine.
for now, I work in a retail store. I'm a supervisor there, but I also stream as well, and that's how we kind of
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
know each other.
This is
Yeah.
why, yeah. I was kind of like,
That's
this is kind of
crazy.
important. I have to ask you that. But, because people are probably like, where are you getting your fucking guests? Like, yes, let me just pull up some random person on the street named Ryan and fucking Shane and interview them. And they just happen to be in a relationship. Just
Yes,
like
off the street, you know?
Yeah,
What do you guys identify as, like your sexual orientation?
gay.
Gay.
Okay. No, like, I just, you know, because, you know, I don't know if you're pan or bi or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
right?
No, gay.
Gay.
Yeah.
Yo, are you gay? I ask that because I find that it's very interesting what I'm about to ask, and you don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable answering it, right? But especially for gay friends of mine who are in long distance relationships, they tend to be open,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't like I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
like
That's
they
oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
because it takes, you know, like I guess there's that whole thing of you have to be sexual or you want to express yourself sexually, you want to be touched or whatever, so they're like, emotionally I'm tied to you but I really want to have fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find yourselves like that at all?
No.
Okay.
No. I really don't want to do anything with anyone else.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that it was going to be just monogamous, like just literally like between the two?
I think we,
Why are you laughing? You're making me laugh.
Sorry.
I think, didn't we talk about that?
Like a few days after we
We got together?
after we got together after the
The initial time that you guys like got together.
yeah
We're all adults here.
Yes.
The first time you fucked.
oh we didn't even
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no,
we didn't
no.
do it in LA.
yeah
Oh.
in LA
Oh, this was LA. Okay.
yeah in LA
Yeah.
like
Oh, this was LA. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait. So you actually decided to not. Oh, I love that.
We
Yeah.
got together in LA and like decided that also.
Yeah, like, you know what? This
Yeah.
is like totally like
I think
closed.
if I remember the conversation correctly, Shane brought it up to me and he was like, "Oh, I don't want it to be like, you know, like I don't want to like fuck around and stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's fair." And then we waited till the next time we met, and then that's when we decided, like, okay, this is serious for
This is
both
really,
of us.
we're really not gonna sleep with other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
No, that's fine.
so
No,
long
this
ago.
is
Yeah,
what-
it's been a
a
long
couple
time.
thing, you know. Like if the other
No, it's just my
person
bad memory.
Well, that too. You're actually not that great at that. I'm just saying. Neither am I.
Right.
But I think I wanted to bring this up, and this isn't to shit on people who are in open relationships long distance, right? No, like it literally is whatever makes it work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that, right? I think for me, there's just a lot of people who are very skeptical of long distance relationships because of that, because of the whole factor of, you know, if your love language is physical affection or like
Yeah.
affection, like period, like how would you get that, right? How would you get that fulfillment from somebody who's far away? And for a lot of people, they become deterred from entering a long distance relationship because of that. So I guess for me, it's really, you know, thank you for sharing that with me. You've been together for 5 months officially. How do you guys find it being in a long distance relationship? And I'll start with Shane. Like, in terms of when I say how do you find it, it's kind of like, do you find it a little bit challenging, or do you feel like it's fine?
I do find it a little challenging because, you know, like, I'm used to, with my ex, I was just able to drive to him, right?
Right.
But now, like, I'm not able to see him as much. But I guess,
Right.
like, with the amount of times that, like, we've flown to each other, like, it's a
Yeah.
good amount of, like,
I was gonna say.
it's a good amount of, like, time between, like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
see each
literally, the
other.
question that I always ask is this even a fucking long distance relationship? Like, literally, like, it's only been 5 months. I swear to God, you've been here in Toronto, like, almost every fucking month. So, you know what? Whatever.
It doesn't
But-
look like for the next 2 months he's also gonna be here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or, like, we're gonna be there, like, in April, and then he's gonna be here, like, it's crazy.
for the one time,
Yeah.
for the 1 year I've been at Costco, I've traveled to Toronto, like, how many times?
That's what-
7, 8, 9?
I'm dead. They're probably like, damn, what the fuck?
Literally, like, where do you get this money from? I was like,
Yeah, you
I
just
don't know.
work here.
yeah, literally. I'm just
Are you
part-time.
stealing hot dogs?
Are you stealing?
You selling it outside? But Ryan, what about you? How do you feel about it? Like, what's your take?
For me personally, like it, like same thing. Like it's challenging because like I don't get to see him often in person, but I feel like how we started our relationship with like it being much more emotional versus sexual, like definitely
Right.
helped. Yeah, it definitely. I'd say it definitely helped. So in that like perspective, it kind of switched the way that I like saw our relationship because because like for me it was a lot more like emotional because like how we started off as friends and like how like basically like he like how I consult to him, like I have much more of like of an emotional connection rather than it being sexual. But even then it's like I kind of want to say I don't find it as challenging. For me it's like I get to almost see him like almost every day.
No, and I think that's
Yeah.
really great, you know?
Mhm.
We do FaceTime every night.
Yeah.
I
Basically.
love that. It does
Yeah.
help.
It's
right?
not even
Like,
every
being
night.
able
It's
to-
every day. Like even when I'm at work, like
You're, like,
we're
there.
on FaceTime.
I wish I could do that at work, but I can't.
Okay, that is a great kind of point to bring up because do you not get sick of each other? Like,
You
know
think
that it's-
so, right?
I know that it's long distance, so you know it's probably like, oh well, you know, we're making up for it by doing this.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like an every fucking day thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't even know how we haven't gotten tired. yet.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it
I
just,
love
like it's
I
not
just
even,
want him to be there.
Yeah, it's not even like an obstacle or anything
Right.
like that. It's just like okay, like yeah, we're gonna be on FaceTime.
And that's,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah, you know, because I feel like some people when they get into LDRs, it's another question that they have for themselves. It's especially for people who like are afraid of kind of what is the term for this? Like invading people's boundaries, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like because you know, like when you date someone in real life, like you guys are not in real life, right?
Real
when you
life.
date someone in person, when you start to see them every single fucking day, you're just kind of like, I just saw you a whole of last week, and now we're having dinner again, kind of deal. Like especially like months or years down the line, right? Sometimes it is healthy to have your own space. It is healthy to have your own time with your friends or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like for a lot of people transitioning from an actual, you know, relationship into a long distance relationship, they tend to carry that on thinking like, oh, if I talk to you too much, are you gonna feel some type of way, right?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Do you guys know anything about attachment styles at all? That's a no.
Other than like you've mentioned it before, but
That's
no,
about it.
not really.
I think, you know what? Maybe we'll explore that another time because that's actually very interesting.
Because it is a lot.
Yeah. No, but okay, Mike. Okay, I guess I really want to ask this, right? What in this relationship? Because I see you and I talk to you guys so much that for me it kind of feels like there's nothing disturbing y'all, and it's great. I really think it's great. What do you find, aside from the distance, has been the most challenging part of being in a long distance relationship? Aside from like your needs not being met, like like physically or whatever, right? Like, has there been anything that's kind of like, or has everything actually been like smooth sailing?
I'd say for the most part it's been smooth sailing,
Okay.
other than like the little tiny like hiccups.
Which everybody
It's
has.
not even like, I wouldn't even consider it to be hiccups. It's
Right.
literally just like either my Wi-Fi is not working or his Wi-Fi is not
Okay, yeah, I know.
Both our Wi-Fi's are shit.
yeah.
Okay, no, that's understandable.
Or I'm not listening or he's not listening. But even then it's like some small stuff. It's like, oh, how's your day? Silence. I'm sorry, what did you say? Nothing. That's fine.
I think the fact that happens in person, it just kind of makes it like not as bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very damn, y'all are having a blast with this long distance. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the long distance would be like this?
Right? I never like. Yeah, as I said, I've never thought I would do long distance.
So,
ever.
what made you think that you would never do long distance before?
Because of the distance. like, I feel like if I were like to be in a relationship, I'd want to see them like as much as I can.
Right.
So like.
No, I get that. So you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
well, why the fuck would I want to put myself in that position? Have you? What about you? Like, have you always been kind of like okay with long distance, or was there?
I guess you can say I have an open mind to like relationships in general.
Right.
So even if it's like just like regular distance versus long distance, I feel like for me personally, as long as I know the person or Shane and stuff, like I'm open to the idea of like an either regular relationship or a long distance relationship.
Oh my god! Okay, yo, we're just gonna. You know what? I don't edit anything on this show. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to relive that over and over. Oh my god. Okay. We're just. Hello. All right. Anyway, speaking of that, let's talk about one of the biggest issues that people have with long distance relationship, and that's trust. And I feel like a lot of people in regular relationships are already kind of having issues with it. And, I think for long distance, there is some sort of like accountability that needs to happen on each other's, ends, right? And it's kind of like, how far would you actually go to trust the other person? Because you can't keep tabs on them all the time, right? Or at least that's the kind of mentality that people have, in which I also feel like if you were in a like a relationship in person, you really keep tabs on them all the time? I feel like that's kind of fucked,
Yeah.
But I guess for a lot of people, they feel like it is kind of scary to be in a long distance because it's not like, I guess, for lack of a better term, it's easier to lie.
Yeah.
It's easier to just be like, you didn't hear from them for a whole day, and it's like, oh, sorry, I was asleep.
Or they can say they just went to work.
Or they just, exactly. You will never know. You will never, but, and I'm speaking from a point of view of people who are, I guess, like, in terms of attachment styles, like, I have an anxious attachment style. So sometimes, like, the smallest things make me hella fucking anxious, I'm just kind of like, I start to overthink, and it's kind of like, I have to kind of dial it back. It's kind of like, no, that's not what's happening. Like, and it's not just about relationships, it's with friends too, right? It's kind of like, oh, my friend didn't respond to me. They saw, left me on red, started posting on Instagram. Did I do something wrong? Are they mad at me? Oh my god, are they talking shit about me? It's like, it's that, right? Like, that's the kind of fucking, that's how I am as a person. So I guess the question for y'all would be that. It's kind of like, how are you guys able to? It sounds so funny because it's kind of like you're not supposed to trust each other, but how are you able to actually foster this trust between the two of you, and to kind of solidify that trust?
Honestly, being on FaceTime every day
Yeah. Yeah.
really keeps a good track of what we're doing.
I fucking
True
love
that.
that.
The only times that we're not on FaceTime is probably like when he's at work.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever he's at work, I'm also at work too. And
Right.
I just got
Yeah.
off FaceTime so he can leave. And then there'd be other times where it's just like he's going to his like I don't know, his ate's place or his
Right.
relative's
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like for you it's kind of the same way? It's like it really is. That's kind of like the tie that binds this whole thing. It's well, we just FaceTime, so I don't have to question.
Knowing Ryan as a person, I feel like I don't like think he would actually like do anything to
I love that.
break my trust. Like I trust him completely, so it's like.
But see, that's the thing, right? And this is where it's kind of like, oh my god, I just held his hand. I'm sorry. No, but this.
I'm stopping this podcast.
Excuse me, as your future director. I'm sorry. There's a different collab happening.
Yeah.
That was
Surprise.
good. That was good.
No, but okay. That, to me, I think is amazing to hear because not a lot of people can actually say it like that. Like, to be able to trust someone, like, willy-nilly, like, I know you're not going to do this to break my trust. Right? I feel like a lot of people want to be at that level of attachment. I think you have a secure attachment style. I think that's what it is because you're confident in it. You just know. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of, like, you can tell as a person, like, I know, like, I can tell, like, Ryan is a great guy, like, when I remember when we first met, it was kind of like, I don't know you, but, it's like, but you were so easy to talk to, and, like,
That was in LA, right?
No, I
No,
said
no,
with
no.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Sheldon first brought me here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, for me, it was like, oh, like, you're so genuine. Like, like, you're not trying to be someone else. Like, you're not fake. And I'm like,
Chill.
yeah, like, you can actually, like, it's an easy read. And that's not a diss, right? It was like, okay, like, you can tell if you fuck with them or if you don't fuck with them, right? So I guess that does carry out to the relationship, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. No, I wish more people were like you.
Oh my god, stop. I'm
You know,
shy.
I want to be like that. And obviously, I bet you a lot of people wish their boyfriends or girlfriends were like Ryan.
I don't
So
think
they-
your OCD helps.
It definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Mine is a completely different beast, and that's okay. Like, that's something I'm dealing with. But I think I kind of wanted to segue into understanding how secure your long-distance relationship is. Is there anything that you guys can actually impart on people who are listening right now who seem to be struggling with long-distance relationship or who seem to be afraid of getting into one, knowing that they actually do like someone, but it's long distance? Like, Shane, let's start with you. Like, how do you, like, is there anything that you can say to them that can kind of, like, help encourage them?
I guess coming from me, since I said I would never do long distance,
Yeah.
like if you really like the person, just like try it out. Just like see how it goes. Like like I get to see Ryan a lot more than I thought I would. I thought we only see each other like every few months, but like
But I feel like that was the evolution of your relationship, right? You didn't know that was gonna happen when you first got into it.
yeah. So I don't know, just like if they're a good person, if you're able to trust this person, they seem trustworthy and everything, just like try it out.
I love that. What about you, Ryan?
I'd say communication is probably like the biggest thing in a long distance relationship. Like understanding like where both people come from, like what both people's like perspectives are, and having like that open like line of communication, and also having like just no judgment towards each other. Like there would be times that I tell or talk to Shane about certain things, and he just gives me like his honest like, oh okay, yeah, like that's it. Like there's no bickering back and forth. It's just like straight like
straight up
okay, like yeah, I understand how you feel, and I'm okay, like yeah, and I just say having like that open line of communication is probably
Super
like the
important.
most important thing.
I love that. See, guys, it is not impossible. Look at these two. Watch, at the end of this episode, it's kind of like Shane and Ryan.
Stop. No.
I'm kidding. No, knock on wood. Knock on wood. Oh, God. I'm dead. No.
Why did you knock on wood?
Wow. That's the line of communication.
Yes.
It's
See that
called
communication?
Threats. Okay. We have to go in a little bit, but before we do, there is one more question. A really important question, actually, about this situation. What do you guys think, or like, let's start with Ryan. How do you think it would look when you guys are finally able to close that gap and be in a relationship in the same city? How do you think that would change things?
I think because right now we're thinking of like living situations.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I think the next step for us would probably be like how our living habits are. But to be fair, like with me, I think with like the both of us, like seeing each other a lot, we kind of already see what our living habits are like already.
Right.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like even like our discussions about living together and like that sort of stuff, we kind of, I don't want to say we set boundaries, but we kind of have like a framework of like what we kind of want to have in like our living situation.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. Damn.
One point, like we talked about moving in with each other, like when we were friends
Yeah,
too. We we didn't like, it wasn't all of a sudden like we talked about moving together.
Not
to seem too fast.
It's your relationship, you know?
Not-
It's kind of like...
No,
But
like
it's
after
not
like
even
5
a
months,
thing.
I feel like
that's the question. Is that even a thing? Like, do you really think there is such a thing as it's moving a little too fast in relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you feel like when things are organically happening, you should just let things happen?
Yeah,
Right?
I'd say so. If it's organically happening, like in terms of like, I don't want to say speed or how fast something is going, but
Right.
like let's say that, I don't know, after
Like, it's just falling into place.
Yeah,
with
exactly,
ease, right?
exactly.
yeah.
I think that's one thing that for me I kind of wanted to change when people talk about how to look at relationships, because you know,
The
like growing
timeline.
up, yeah, the time
Mhm.
like growing up, we always hear about, oh, they're moving way too fast. You know,
Yeah.
like y'all have
Yeah.
only known each other for 2 weeks, y'all getting married. Okay, maybe that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe like a lifelong commitment is a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like committing to something like that, because you're ultimately still getting to know each other. You know, I think that is an exception. But for
Yeah.
you, what do you think would be the biggest challenge of moving in, or like the biggest change?
Probably a lot less FaceTime.
I fucking hate you so
Oh my-
much. I love it. I fucking, you know what? Matter of fact answers. Wow.
Am I wrong?
Am I right?
Am I right?
I'm done. No,
But I feel like since we have talked about like moving in with each other before,
yeah.
it just like we do have some sort of idea what it would be like if we did.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we've also like, I don't know, rented out some hotels and Airbnbs. We
So
stayed
you
like
actually
a night in.
really know what it's like to
Yeah.
kind of like, it's kind of like
To
playing
kind of-
house. Right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like Love is Blind, you know? It's kind of like,
No,
it's
Love is
literally
Blind.
like, this is what it feels like. It's like you're starting to like.
Are you saying because I have
live with
glasses
each
I'm
other.
blind?
Shane is blind.
Shane is
I have glasses too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
so,
have blurry vision.
So you saying we're both blind?
Anyway, thank you so much for. No, but yes, but no, but seriously though, like I just, I just want to say thank you for doing this with
No,
me.
thank you.
It's our pleasure.
This was the pusher.
It's our pleasure.
Oh my god!
I heard that too.
I heard that too. I was kind of like
He's a
bitch.
pusher?
It is.
He didn't push us to do this, I
It-
swear.
It was weird. I just kind of sprung it on y'all.
Yeah. You
That's
just
true,
asked us
but
and
we
like,
agreed
okay.
to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can say no. They have their own agency. Like, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
No.
have free will.
But I really am grateful that you guys were able to talk about this, because this is something that
It is a common.
very common thing that people are kind of passing up
Yeah.
on because they're afraid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And I think you guys, you know, like, I wish you guys all the happiness. I wish you guys
Oh my god.
all the longevity. I want you guys to get married eventually.
Oh
I
my
want to sing at your
gosh.
wedding.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah. Did my camera just die?
Yeah, I said
I think
overheated.
so.
Oh, okay, cool. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. We're back. It's so funny. Oh my god. So I need a better camera. Cool. Anyways, sorry about that, y'all. What were we talking about? I don't remember. We were just saying goodbyes, right?
Yeah,
We were
I
saying
think we were
goodbyes?
just-
Were we?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
We did.
either.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just I didn't want to end it abruptly, but again, thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having
It's
us.
our pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes. I live here.
You live here, right?
Just kidding.
If you guys have any questions at all for Shane and Ryan on long distance relationships or anything else about that, you can always email me at stevendiego@hotmail.com. You can find the podcast in any fucking platform. By the way, I keep swearing. On any platform station that you listen to, or on YouTube for the video companion. Companion? What?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
My English is not
I don't know.
working today.
That didn't sound right.
But again, I just want to say thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you all for listening. If you guys want to be a guest, or if there's something that you just want to get off your chest, please let me know. And remember to always be kind, be compassionate, and just please, please, please take care of yourself before taking care of others. Because
Love yourself.
Lord, thank you. See right there, love yourselves. Because if you can't love yourself,
How the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
that's it.
Am I
All
gonna
right.
name it?
This is
I don't watch Drag
Steven.
Race.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Shane.
You guys want to plug your Twitch channel? Shane, what's your Twitch channel?
Oh my gosh, my Twitch name is Waffle Power 23.
I love it. What about you, Ryan?
Mine is W1 Ryan.
I love it. Y'all follow us on Twitch, and this is Banson of V17. Thank you again. This has been Breaking Down the Breakdown. I will see y'all. Love you guys. Bye.